Hello, welcome to Good Goal or Bad, defending Arsenal versus Wolves. Almost said West Ham then, bloody hell. Um, so yeah, if you're interested in anything that I'm doing a whole thing on transfers in the off season, trying to make it really quick and easy for people to look at, so you don't have to listen to a YouTuber rambling on about nonsense for a long time. So let's get straight into this goal. I quite like that. He's isolated there, 1v1. He's doing all right, good defending there. But this is the space he needs to cover. This guy needs to get in quickly to cover that as fast as he can to back up his mate there, because his mate is isolated 1v1, and when you're in this sort of scenario, you're in all sorts of trouble as a defender. Let's move it forward a little bit and see what we can spot. Move it on. Bosch, okay, he's coming back in. Yeah, it's not too bad. He's pushing him to the outside. You're going to be comfortable with that because you've got numbers back. Look, you've got solid numbers in the box, but again, can they actually defend? Do they actually know what their roles and responsibilities are in the box? Let's find out. Let's move it on a little bit, boys, to see what we can see. Bosch. Ball comes in. Okay. So here, what? Let's go through the roles and responsibilities of defending, right? So when we're defending, our job is to cover our space in front of us. No, he's all right. There's nothing really for him to do. Is there a thing that he could have been back and been in front of this guy? 100%. He could have done, asked him to come back because he can see that there's nobody in front of from the mark. He could have asked his defender to come back, so they would have had one in front, one behind. What's this guy doing? Well, he's done nothing so far. All he's done is walk there to there. There's a man completely and utterly unmarked in the box. It's this guy's responsibility because if we look at it, he's in front of him. He is completely and utterly in front of that defender there. That is his responsibility. His responsibility is not this person back here. That is not his job. That is a midfielder's job. That is somebody else's. Actually, in this situation, it'd be his right midfielder. His right forward probably, because they're probably playing a 4-3-3. But it's not his. His is this man right here. You know, the guy that's completely and utterly unmarked that's going to score this header right now. Yeah, that man. That is his responsibility. Right, so let's move it forward. Let's have a little look at what we got. Bosch goes straight down to the keeper's feet. There's one reason they try to tell you to do that, because it's one of the really hard places for keepers to sort of react to is down by their feet. It's not a bad goal, to be fair, but I tell you what, it's terrible defending. If you look, when after this guy has scored a goal, there is no one close to him to challenge him for that header at all. Is it a good ball in? Yeah, solid ball in. But you've got generally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players and 2 Arsenal players, and one of them isn't marked. That's terrible defending. Yeah, let's get on to the next goal. Similar situation again. They're caught right here, 1v1. And one of the games that I coach or teach people how to play is a thing that I always call Mickey Mouse Doorbell. What Mickey Mouse Doorbell is a stupid name for a game where you have 2 cones and a line. No one can cross the line except for right there and right there, where you can tackle the ball. And you basically run backwards and forwards on your side. One's got the ball, one hasn't. And you try to beat the player and touch the cone on the ball. Obviously, if the player's tracking you the whole time, they can always stop you putting the football on the cone. However, if they're bad and they get jigged by body shape and body position, like this guy does here, yeah, you're not good at defending. Bosch straight around him. It's not even close. And there's a couple of reasons why he's done it actually. If you look again, it's because he's so tight, he's so close to him, and he can afford not to be. The reason he can afford not to be is because there's all this spacing behind him, right? When you're that close or that tight with all this space here, it gives him this guy here loads of options to how to beat you, especially especially with someone with Saka's talent. Saka can just go round you, and he has, because of the space. If he's off 3 yards, he can't really run around him because he's got to run the 3 yards to you and then the 3 yards around you. When you're right next to him, he just runs the 3 yards and he's faster than you, so he's gone. And that's what happens here. As we go on, Bosch round him. See you later, Sonny. And we come into the box now. All sorts of problems because, well, they're very static, but no one's tracking the runner. So the runner's got a free go. So does their shape look okay? Yes, it does, but no one's actually followed the runner here. Can they afford to follow the runner? Yeah, they probably could. This guy here could afford to follow the runner and not the ball. He should have been going with the runner. And the reason why he should have, now here's the other issue. He should have followed the runner to about there, because as soon as he does, the ball comes into play. So think of it this way. You've got pressure on the ball, right? And you've got a runner. You would go, we're okay because we've got pressure on the ball, so we follow the runner. But immediately, as soon as we get close enough to that ball, we ignore the runner because now we help put pressure on the ball. None of that happens. Let's look at what goes on. Dosh, pass goes in. It's a complete mess, and it's in the back of the net. There's an unlucky touch there from the Wolves player, but I'll be honest, Arsenal have kind of played themselves into that little bit of luck there to get that little bit of a bounce, and that's where they get their goal. Let's get on to the next one. Overall, again, we start in the same corner. It seems to be a theme. Saka gets the ball, and then Arsenal get a goal. Look, we got someone raising his hand in the Premier League telling someone what to do. We're actually okay with this one because it's not the guy pressuring the ball. It's actually the correct message. So this guy is being told to pressure him down that way. Take the ball that side. Get him away. That's where his arm's pointing. Now, he really shouldn't be. He should be telling him to close that gap and bring him infield. Because why? Because I'm infield, so you bring him infield to me, and I win the ball. So I don't know why he's pointing down the line, because that's just moronic. So let's have a little look as it goes forward. Bosch, both players are taken out. He's too tight. He's coming to pressure, and oh God, I remember like teaching youngins and saying, "How many of you can win the ball? How many does it take?" Well, one. Well, why do you need two of you there then? The other one can be there for backup if he gets beaten. If there's a pass or something like that, both of you get beaten with one pass, both of you are irrelevant. One of you should have stayed back here. So if that pass goes, at least you can track with the pass, and then you can put pressure on this player here. Because he's overcommitted, and because his basic defensive shape should be like this. There should be the guy pressuring the ball, Bosch, guy behind, Bosch. Right, anywhere in that little zone. So if that pass goes, he tracks the pass, puts pressure on this guy, and gives him a bit of a hard time. Now there's no Wolves player here because he's overcommitted over here, thinking he's going to win the ball. Bang, comes in. Now he's stepped forward. Of course, as soon as he stepped forward, what's he left behind? Space. He's already identified it. He's already on a run there. His centre back should have been screaming at him, saying, "Mate, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let these two idiots over here, let them come and pressure the ball here. You stay here and hold your shape because you've just opened up a big gap here, running forward like a muppet." Doesn't matter. He carries on running like a muppet. Oh, look, he can't get the ball there, but someone comes in and makes the triangle. All of a sudden, you've got these three players now. They're looking brilliant, and you're Piggy in the middle. There's nothing you can do about it, and there's no players close enough to do anything. This centre-back might be able to intercept this pass across here, but remember, this guy's going to receive it, and he's going to step forward, which is going to bring him out even further. And remember, this guy's come out, made this big space. If he comes out, it's even a bigger space. Let's have a little look. Bosch. Oh, straight in. Bit of skill. Damn, out we go. All of a sudden, remember that big space that guy made? That's why all of a sudden you can see you can't get that back. You can't go back goal side and shut down that space. You could have if these two players from over here, those two Muppets that went over here to pressure the ball to start the whole thing, didn't run over here to do nothing. One of them just sat and covered for the guy who stepped forward. You might not have had this goal, but you do. When Saka's there, he's 1v1. You look like, okay, he's going to cut it back on his foot and have a good finish. It's a good goal. It's well worked, well passed, but Wolves made it easy for him, defending like a bunch of Muppets. They don't know what they're doing, really. I mean, God, it's basic defending. It really is. Let's get on to the next goal. Here we are from a corner. Big melee going on here. Always a big fan of the big bundle in the middle of the field on corners. What I used to do was sit here on the penalty spot and fake I'm injured and then run to the front post. Used to do that all the time. It's hilarious. And so right now we've got a guy sitting on the line. He's I don't mind that so much, but he is offside. He doesn't know the rules. He's completely and utterly offside. As soon as he kicks that ball, you're offside, buddy. It's just stupid. All right, so let's have a little bit of a look. We'll move this forward a bit. Bosch goes in. This becomes a bit of a melee. It looks like it hits his hand right there, doesn't it? It really does. So when that comes down, but of course, this guy's technically, he's offside. There's got to be two players. Everyone thinks it's one. It's not. It's two players, and one's the goalkeeper. So everyone always kind of ignores that. He should have actually been offside, but yeah, we don't worry about that because he's not touching the ball, all the new nonsense rules, right? Here we go. Move it forward. They're all screaming for handball. You saw the hounds go, "No, it's a handball, handball." I'm happy with the people on the post, though. Look at that. Good job, boys. They actually got back and tried to defend properly because the keeper's on the floor. I like that. Recovery. Yeah, that's good. Well done, well done. Except for this strike here. Smash! You're not saving that. He's whacked the hell out of that. Good job on the people. Half was claiming for a handball. Half carried on playing the game. The people that played the game scored the goal. Genuinely, that's fantastic. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, I've been ragging on how bad Wolves have been defending, but this isn't actually bad defending from this young chappie here. Tracking him down. Watch this. He does quite a good job, but his team doesn't back him up. I think this team's done at this point. They're just looking to see where they can play golf or go to the beach next week. But watch what happens. We get down to this point about here. 1v1 squared up, and he's just holding him up. All he's done is track him. Brilliant. Hasn't tried to make a challenge. Brilliant. He's just holding him up. The longer he's holding him up, the more everyone's coming back to defend, as we can see here. So he's done a fantastic job doing that. He's bought his team so much time just holding up play, waiting for the players to come back in and help him up and back him up. No, not overcommit. So the guy, because if he overcommitted, the guy, obviously, because he was running just past the halfway line, if he overcommitted or made a mistake, he was just 1v1 with a keeper. So he just ran with him all the way back, kept him here, 1v1. There he is, 1v1, still holding him up, not looking to make a challenge, still just holding him up. Brilliant, well done. Holding him up. Waiting for his defenders. Okay, he gets the cross in. Yeah, okay, not really good enough, but he's done his job. He goes, right, I'm knackered. Everyone else needs now to defend because I've held up this play. I've held up this guy long enough. You should all be back to defend for me because I've done my job. Brilliant. Bosh. No, because on the back post, this guy's got no interest. It's the same left back, the one that keeps getting done all day. Well, I don't know if it's the left back or not, actually. But whoever's been on this left side has been getting done all day by Saka. Someone else came out and went, nah, mate, I can do him too. And he did. 5-0 to the Arsenal. I'll see you next time on Good Goal or Bad Defending.